Hello and welcome. In this video, I will explain you the print built-in method in UVM. And this is not available in System Verilog. This is new concept in UVM. Okay. So if it is not available in System Verilog, then what we did for this? Let me go to the example asynchronous FIFO verification. In this, there is a transition class in which I have declared a function void display. This void function display is helping us for printing those properties. This write data, write enable, this randomizing properties. Okay, those properties are randomizing, will be printed by using this void function, and we are calling this display method from generator class, from driver class, and from monitor class. See here, after randomizing, we are calling this display method with the help of the object transition, and we are providing the string like generator class write method. This display will call to this transition, this display method which is present in the transition class. So in System Verilog, we need to declare our own logic for displaying something, right? Whereas in UVM, there are some built-in methods: copy, clone, compare, print, and we are seeing this print method. This copy will perform the deep copy, whereas in System Verilog, if you want to perform a deep copy, we need to declare our own logic for that, right? But in UVM, by default, this copy will perform a deep copy. Now see, here if we want to define our own transition, then we need to follow 4 steps. What are those? We need to define a class transition, or you can take any name. Here I have taken a transition which is extended from UVM sequence item. Why from UVM sequence item? Why not UVM transition? In hierarchy, you will find UVM transition and UVM sequencer, because this UVM sequence item is a child class of this UVM transition, right? And as you know, child by default contain all the methods and properties of its parents class. Okay, and we can declare extra logic also. Now after extending from UVM sequence item, as it is object, right, its default constructor will contain or will expect only one argument. I'm sure you know the difference between object and component, and this is one of the most frequently interview asked question. Explain the difference between UVM object and UVM component. I will definitely make another video. In that, I will explain you the difference using example. Just remember here, this object default constructor will contain or will expect only one argument, which is string name, and this is within double quote transition, this class name. Okay. Now see, what are the steps? We need to define a class which extends from UVM sequence item. Now we need to write a factory registration with the help of UVM macros. Take UVM object title. I have declared here field macros, UVM object title. This is what the class name, and there are some field macros I have used. I will explain these in my later video. For time being, just ignore those things, right? Then after default constructor, we need to define constraint, if any. Here I have declare a constraint like constraint write enable not equal to, should not be equal to read enable. Okay. Now after that, we need to declare a top module on which vsim can be invoked. So the module top in module, inside that I have declared object of this transition class h1. Within initial begin block, I am just creating that object using factories create method. I will explain you this factory's create method in the later video, why we are using create method instead of function new. Okay, new method is there, as in SV we have used, right? H1 handle is equal to new, right? So there are some points I will explain you that in my later video. Now just remember the syntax. What is syntax? This object, okay, is equal to transition, this is class name, scope resolution operator, then type ID. Why type ID? Because the factory is identified by its wrapper, and wrapper here is type ID. Okay, and then after scope resolution operator, then create, and within parenthesis double quote we need to provide this object, right? And similar to the system verilog, object.randomize for randomization. Okay, and after that object.print, this will print all the properties, this randomized property. So here no need to declare our own function, our own method to print this property. Now let's run this code and try to see what the output we are getting. For that, go to QuistaSim and type our one line command, qverilog file name. What is file name? All uvm example.sv. Now see, you are getting a error. What's that error? Saying that UVM sequence item syntax error, unexpected identifier. Why we are getting this error? Because while we are using UVM in QuistaSim or in ModelSim, you need to provide the macros. Okay, what are those macros? Tick include within double quote UVM macros dot svh, and after this you need to import UVM package. Import UVM underscore pkg scope resolution operator, then star and semicolon. If you put these two lines, then you will not get that error. Now let's run the code using qverilog file name. Okay, now run this. Now simulator will perform some operations automatically and we will get the output. Now see, as we are getting the output. Now see here, the name is H1, type is transition, and it will give the size of those properties also, and value by default it is printing in hexadecimal, tick HE, tick H0, H1, 39 and H0. The beauty of this is it will give the size what we have declared here, like 1 bit, 4 bit, 8 bit. Okay, and by default it will print the information in table form and value in hexadecimal form. If you want to change this table form, you can change. I will explain you how to change this table form in my later. So this is what all about how the print built-in method is work in system verilog. In the later video we will try to I will try to give you a little bit or information about how the copy, clone and compare method work. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.